Hi guys, this is Saurav here and welcome to another JEE Advanced Aspire session for the Chemical Kinetics chapter. In this topic, we would be covering some questions and primarily because इस topic से एक दो questions तो आपके आ जाते हैं and it is important कि few concepts are like you are thorough with it. Primarily easy topic, लेकिन easy ho, difficult ho, we have to do as good as possible. So this session is about chemical kinetics. In the video description it was written just kinetics, so I'm not teaching physics, I'm teaching chemical kinetics to you guys, and primarily we'll be taking problems from like first order reaction, parallel reaction. We'll take some typical questions and some atypical questions, some questions from identification of the correct equation for rate constant, and some questions from activation energy concept. Okay, so it is important that you solve these questions simultaneously along with me, because these questions might look slightly lengthy, because these questions are exactly of the same level of the IIT JEE syllabus. Okay, so hello Abhishek, hello Rimpi, I'm fine. A lot of no, we will not be taking radioactivity because, as you all know, nuclear chemistry is no longer a part of the JEE Advanced syllabus. So I'm not gonna take nuclear chemistry. However, nuclear chemistry follows first order rate constant or first order equation, so pretty easy to understand. You just need to replace K with activity constant. Okay, thank you Rakesh. So let's start with today's session on chemical kinetics, and with the first problem, which is this one. The first problem is about inversion of cane sugar, and you should all know that inversion of cane sugar is a first order reaction. It's a first order reaction. Cane sugar inversion takes place through a first order reaction. It's catalyzed by H plus ion. So inversion of cane sugar proceeds with a half-life of 500 minutes at a pH of 5 for any concentration of sugar. For any concentration of sugar. So if we take this information into account and try to identify what we can derive using this, we can say that T half is proportional to sugar to the power 0, because it's written that half-life, which is 500, is independent of the amount of sugar. It's independent of the amount of sugar. So T half is independent of the amount of sugar. So amount of sugar to the power 0. This represents what kind of equation? T half agar concentration ke independent ho jata hai, that means it represents that the rate is proportional to sugar to the power 1. First order, partial order, agar if it is, no, it is not zero order, it is first order. T half is proportional to sugar's concentration to the power 0. T half is independent of A only when independent of A only when it is a first order reaction. Independent of A only when it is a first order reaction. So sugar के respect में जो order है, that is 1. If I now identify what is with respect to H plus, what I should do is this: T half is proportional to H plus ion concentration, and I know that T half is inversely proportional to 1 by A to the power n minus 1. So with respect to H plus, it is 1 minus x. T half is given as 500. When H plus is equal to 10 raised to minus 5, when H plus is equal to 10 raised to minus 6, T half is 50. So what I do is I divide both of these equations, and I will get 10, which is equal to 10 to the power 1 minus x. So x will be equal to this x will be equal to कैन बताइए क्या होगा? x will be equal to 0. So the order with partial order with respect to hydrogen should be 0. Partial order with respect to sugar should be 1. The right answer should be B. Okay, the right answer should be B. T half Arab Samir, we can identify order using T half because T half is inversely proportional to 1 by a to the power n minus 1, where n is the order. Okay, 1 by a to the power n minus 1, where n is the order. Okay, so whosoever has gotten B has done it correctly. Okay, so let's move on to the next question. Next question is this. Okay, next question is this. Two substances A and B are present in such a manner that A naught is equal to 4B naught, and half-life of A is 5 minutes and that of B is 15 minutes. If they start decaying at the same time, following first order kinetics, how much time later will the concentrations of both would be alike? After how much time the concentration of A and B will be alike? So what we can do is we can solve the question very easily. बहुत आसानी से इस क्वेश्चन को सॉल्व कर सकते हैं. हम करते क्या हैं कि हम आइडेंटिफाई कर लेते हैं कि A को हम क्या लिख सकते हैं. So it is given that half life of A is 5 minutes, T half is 5 minutes, T half of A is 5 minutes, T half of B is 15 minutes. Okay, T half of A is 5 minutes, T half of B is 15 minutes. Now let's use this equation. A naught is equal to 4B naught. I can write A is equal to A naught minus KT. B can be written as B naught minus KT. Okay, A can be written as just a moment guys, just a moment. This is pura. Okay, just a moment guys, there is a small issue. We will be resuming with it. There's a small network issue. Am I audible? There's a small network issue. Am I audible? Am I audible? There is a small network issue. Am I audible? Okay, fine. Okay, thank you. So let's restart this question. Okay, yeah, chalo, cool. So let's just restart this question. Two substances A and B are present in such a manner that A naught is equal to 4B naught and half-life of A is 5 minutes and B is 15 minutes. At the same time, they are following first order kinetics. How much time later will the concentration of both will be the same? Now this question can be solved in two ways. Okay, this question can be solved in two ways. One way is that you use the equation to solve this question. One way is that you follow the equation logically. So let's say we choose a number, we choose an amount of A which is 4 times that of B. we choose an amount of A which is 4 times that of B. So let's say we choose the amount of A as 20 and B as 5. Okay, we are choosing an amount of A which is 20 and B as 5, and after first half life, we have 10 of this and 2.5 of this. However, the first half-life takes place at 5 minutes and this half-life takes place at 15 minutes. Okay, first half-life takes place at 5 minutes and second half-life takes place at 15 minutes. So in 15 minutes, how many half-lives have been covered? In 15 minutes, how many half-lives have been covered? Can you please tell me? In 15 minutes, how many half-lives have been covered for this? We have covered 3 half-lives. So the amount will be reduced to 2 to the power 3. The amount will be reduced to 2 to the power 3 8 times. So 20 by 8, which turns out to be 10 by 4, which is nothing but 2.5. So after 15 minutes, the amount of A will turn out to be the amount of B, which is Ravi unique. That's a very incorrect way of discussing this, because there was some network issue. I had to move out. Okay, so so the right answer to the question is 15 minutes, because at 15 minutes this will reduce to 2.5, this will reduce to 1 by 8 of whatever is the initial amount, that will turn out to be 2.5. The right answer should be 15 minutes. Okay, the right answer should be 15 minutes. The next question is this. The distribution of molecular kinetic energy at 2 temperatures is shown in the following. There are 2 distribution curves. Now always remember, when we increase that diagram isn't visible. Can you reduce the exposure, or can you focus? No, it's not visible. थोड़ा फोकस कम, एक्सपोजर कम कर दीजिए, नहीं एक्सपोजर कम कीजिए. So this is known as a Boltzmann distribution. In a Boltzmann distribution is used in explaining the fact that why does that rate of reaction increase as we increase the temperature. Why is the rate of reaction increase as we increase the temperature? It is because most of these particles try to go in a higher energy region, so that's the reason the graph becomes more and more shallow. You must have read this thing in the topic of real gases as well as ideal gases. Now to solve this question, let's read the statements. Which of the following statements is correct? The number of molecules with energy, activation energy EA is is proportional to the shaded region for the temperature. So this is the shaded region. Anything higher than this is activation energy or is a molecule which has obtained activation energy. Okay. What about the second statement? So the first statement is correct. The second statement, the number of molecules with energy EA or less is proportional to the shaded region. This is incorrect. Third statement, the number of molecules with energy EA is the mean of all temperatures. There is nothing like a mean of all temperatures. Okay, then there's nothing like the mean of all temperatures. Happy life, these may or may not be the previous JEE questions. Okay, और chemical kinetics में question easy आते हैं, so don't worry about that कि difficult question solve करने से JEE हो जाता है. Last is the graph shows Maxwell-Boltzmann distribution law. That is correct. So always remember, when we increase the temperature, it follows a Maxwell-Boltzmann distribution. Second statement false इसलिए है क्योंकि ये एक्टिवेशन एनर्जी से ज़्यादा जो मॉलिक्यूल्स के पास एनर्जी है वो इस शेडेड रीजन में आ जाते हैं. ओके, let's move on to the next question. Next question has to be solved completely mathematically. It's a very interesting question. The question has number of options. First look at the question. Okay, first look at the question. Which of the following statements is true for this question? A is turning into B, C is turning into D. The first statement is, if B is equal to A, then at that time B is less than D. If B is equal to A, then at that time B is... Now what is the amount of A which has been taken? Amount of A initially is 0.5. So the time at which B will be equal to A, that is 0.25, this will be equal to T half of the first reaction. This will be T half of the first reaction. The first reaction is this, इसका T half होगा. Now you all know that K is equal to the slope. K is equal to the slope. So what is the slope for this? So for the first reaction, K of A changing into B, for this reaction slope is tan 30 degrees, which is 1 by root 3, and K for C changing into D is root 3. Okay, K for A changing into B is 1 by root 3, K for C changing into D is root 3. Now if the time is, what is the T half for reaction 1? Can you guys tell me what is the slope? मैंने मैग्नीट्यूड लेना है. ओके, आई जस्ट हैव टू टेक द मैग्नीट्यूड. सो टी हाफ अगर फर्स्ट का मुझे निकालना है तो टी हाफ में ये लिखूंगा a by 2k, टी हाफ में ये लिखूंगा a by 2k. a की वैल्यू क्या है? 1 by 2 times 2, and k value is 1 by root 3. That turns out to be root 3 by 4. Root 3 by 4. It's not 0.693. अरे यार इस ग्राफ को देखो यार, it's for this graph. So for the first reaction, T half is root 3 by 4. If this time, इस time के लिए अगर second reaction चलता है, then if for this time, if the second reaction, yeah, it's a zero order reaction. You can see that the concentration versus time follows a linear plot. So it's a zero order reaction. Okay, concentration versus time, linear, zero order. Okay, so concentration versus time, if it is linear, it is zero order. If it would have been something like an exponential decrease, then it would have been zero, first order, second order, third order, कुछ और हो सकता था. So this is the time. अब इस time में D का कितना amount? Okay, in this time, what is the amount of D which is formed? So I will write C changes to D 1 minus X. This is X, and X will be equal to K times T. K value is root 3, time is root 3 by 4. This is 3 by 4 or 0.75. So the amount of D is equal to 0.75, while the amount of B is 0.25. Okay, I did Sonu Yadav. If you are appearing for advanced, it is important that you know these formulas. T half for a zero order reaction, T half for a zero order reaction is A by 2k. T half for a zero order reaction is A by 2k. Okay, T half for a zero order reaction is A by 2k क्योंकि T is equal x by t is equal to k, और x को अगर हम a by 2 लिख देते हैं, x को हम लिख देते हैं a by 2, then t will become a by 2k. So this formula should be known to you guys. So the first statement is correct. The first statement is correct. The question is pretty simple. Which of the following statements is true? Next. So with this idea that I know for a fact that T half for first reaction is root 3 by 4, T half for first reaction isn't. Guys, are you not aware of zero order reactions? आपको zero order are you aware of zero order reaction? See, this is a zero order reaction, guys. For a zero order reaction, T half is equal to A by 2K. Okay, so T half is equal to A by 2K. I just need to calculate K. So K is equal to the slope of this line. So if it is equal to the slope of this line, I will write T half as equal to A by 2K. A value is given over here. It is 0.5, which is given over here. Okay, so it is 1 by 2 times tan 30 degrees is 1 by root 3. So I'll write it as root 3 by 1. So root 3 by 4 turns out to be. Okay. See, minus, I just need the magnitude. I just need the magnitude, man. So it does not matter. So let's look at the second option. If C is equal to A, then at that time B is greater than D. If C is equal to A, then at that time B is greater than D. हम D option पहले उठा लेते हैं. To evaluate B, let's take the D option. A is equal to C at time equals to root 3 by 2. कैसे ये आ रहा है? A can be written as A naught minus K times T. Can I write this? A is equal to A naught minus K times T. A naught is 0.5. K is 1 by root 3. I need to calculate this time. C is equal to C naught minus K times T. C value is given as, what is the amount of C initially? 1 minus root 3T. Okay. Now, if A is equal to C, then this first equation should be equal to the second equation. So 0.5 minus 1 by root 3T is equal to 1 minus root 3T. Okay, what will be the value of T, guys, over here? So मैं इसको उस तरफ ले जाता हूँ. I will write this thing as 0.5 and root 3 minus 1 by root 3 T. Okay, so what is the value of time? T comes as to be 1 by 2 times root 3 by 2, that is root 3 by 4. What is the time given over here? 3 by 2, root 3 by 2. So D is incorrect. Guys, D is incorrect. Okay, D is incorrect. A is correct, D is incorrect. Root 3 by 4 आ रहा है, यहाँ पे दिया गया है root 3 by 2. So D is incorrect. B option, if C is equal to A, then at that time B is greater than D. अब एक बात बताओ, आपने निकाल लिया टाइम है, this time is root 3 by 4. At that time, at root 3 by 4, the amount of B is 0.25, because T half of first reaction is amount of B. T half of first reaction is 0.25 because half life is root 3 by 4. At root 3 by 4, D turned out to be more than B. So first अगर सही है तो B correct हो ही नहीं सकता है. If the first statement is correct, then the second statement cannot be correct, because at root 3 by 4 seconds or root 3 by 4 minutes, we identified that B was lesser than D, and it is written over here is that B is greater than D, and C is equal to A at root 3 by 4. Okay, so B is incorrect, D is incorrect. The last statement that to analyze is, last statement to analyze is C option, T 100% for reaction 1 and T 100% for reaction 2. So T 100% is equal to A, it will be written as, I write it as X by T is equal to K, and T 100% will be written as A by K is equal to T 100%. Okay, X by T is equal to K and T 100% will become A by K. So T 100% for the first reaction, T 100% for the first reaction will be 0.5 1 by 2 times 1 by root 3, that is root 3 by 2, and T 100% for the second reaction will be 1 by 1 by root 3, that is root 3. So T 100% actually यहाँ पे होना चाहिए था 3:2. There should be a value over here. There should have been a value over here. So T 100% first and T 100% sorry is 3 by 2. If this is the number which is given over here, if I divide this root 3 and root 3 will go away and it will turn out to be 1 by 2. So this statement will also turn out to be incorrect. The right statement would turn out to be only A. Okay, the right statement would turn out to be only K. Okay, there is a small issue over here. I'm sitting in a room which has no AC, so I'm continuously sweating. So I'm very sorry because that makes me a little irritable. Okay, so third option is root 3:2. So T 100% first, T 100% second is given as 3:2, but I'm getting it as 1 by 2. Okay. Yeah, it is root 3. Okay. So let's move on to the next question. Okay, let's move on to the next question. For the reaction A, no, we have put up a fan over here. Okay, we have put up a fan over here. Just a moment. Somebody is commenting on this that T 100% for first one turned out to be 1 by 2 times 1 by root 3, that is root 3 by 2, and T 100% is 1 by root 3. So it is turning a 1 by root 3. Okay, so this will be correct. 3:2. This will be correct. I'm sorry. It will be correct. Okay, it will be correct. So अब मैं इसका रेशियो ले लूँगा तो ये 3/2 ही आ जाएगा. I'm sorry, this was 1 by root 3. By mistake I've placed it as 1 by root 3 over here and cancelled it off. It turns out to be 3/2. Next question. The question is not from parallel. The question is, I would not say it is parallel reaction. The question is about equilibrium. The question is about equilibrium. In this reaction, for the reaction, which of the following graph is given? K1 is 4 into 10 raised to minus 2 second inverse, and it is a first order reaction. Assuming that it is a first order reaction, this second inverse. So how do we solve this question? The equilibrium constant is 4. The equilibrium constant is 4. How do we know that? So remember this, guys. Equilibrium constant is K for forward by K for backward. Can I write this? K for forward by K for backward. Okay. Also, I can write this as product concentration, which is B, by reactant concentration, which is A. This is product, this is reactant. So what is the amount of product? Can you tell? 1.6. What is the amount of reactant? What is the amount of reactant? That is 0.4. So this turns out to be 4. So K equilibrium is 4. K equilibrium is 4. Time taken for the completion of 50% of equilibrium concentration of B is 14 seconds. Now whenever you see an equilibrium reaction, if K1 is 4, can you guys tell me? K1 is K forward, which is 4 times 10 raised to minus 1, second inverse. K2 will be K backward. K2 will be K backward, and since it is in the ratio 4:1, so can I write K backward as 1 into 10 raised to minus 2 second inverse? Can I write this? 1 into 10 raised to minus 2 second inverse. So the D option also becomes correct. Now whenever you see a reaction going in an equilibrium, then the overall rate constant will the overall equation will become T is equal to 1 by K forward plus 1 by K backward ln equilibrium minus A. Okay, ln 1 by K forward plus 1 by K backward ln of equilibrium concentration of this entity by equilibrium concentration of this entity minus whatever amount is dissociating. So हम इसको A लिखने की जगह X लिख देते हैं. Now question is, time taken for the completion of 50% of equilibrium concentration of B is 14 seconds. What is the equilibrium concentration of B? The equilibrium concentration of B is 1.6, and this is 5 times 10 raised to minus 2 ln, this will turn out to be 1.6 by 1.6 minus 0.8. This will be equal to 1 by 5 times 10 raised to minus 2 ln 2. Okay, 1 by 5 times 10 raised to minus 2 ln 2. What will be the value for this? We incorporate this equation and solve the question. Equilibrium concentration is 1.6. It will reduce to half, so it will become 0.8. So if this is 0.8, 1.6 by 0.8, this will become ln 2. What will this value be equal to? ln 2 value is given as 0.7. So 0.7 by 5 times 10 raised to minus 2. This will be equal to 14 seconds. Okay, the time will turn out to be 14 seconds. Khushbu, यार KF, this is an equation man, like you just need to brush up your skills. अगर इक्विलिब्रियम वाले रिएक्शन है तो वहां पे इफेक्टिव रेट कांस्टेंट विल बिकम KF प्लस KB. हाउ 0.8 केम? अरे कंसंट्रेशन यहाँ पे 1.6 है, 1.6 अगर हाफ हो रहा है तो कितना हो जाएगा? 0.8 होगा. सो 1.6 हाफ पे चला गया, 0.8 हो गया, तो 1.6 by 0.8 turns out to be 2. So this statement is correct, and if you solve the third statement will also be correct. Time taken for the completion of 10% of initial concentration of A, 10% of initial concentration of A, which is 2, 10% completion hoga, then it will turn out to be 1.8 in the denominator, and 1 by 5 times 10 raised to minus 2, and you will solve this question. You will get C will also be correct. So the right answer to this question will be A, B, C and D. Okay, next question is this. Okay, the next question is this. For given hypothetical parallel reaction, initially 2 moles of A is present. The total number of moles of A, B and C at the end of 75% of reaction. Now, parallel reaction is there in IIT JEE syllabus. Okay, parallel reaction will be there in IIT JEE syllabus. Parallel reaction को आप दो separate first order reaction assume कर सकते हैं. The answer is not B. The answer is not B. So how do we solve this question? I am assuming that A is changing into 2B. I am also assuming that A is changing into 2C. मैं दो separate reaction ले लेता हूँ. I take two separate reactions. Initial amount is given as 2. If it is dissociating by X amount, it will become 2X. Can I write this? If it is dissociating to X amount, I will write it as 2X. अगर initial amount 2 है और ये Y amount में dissociate कर रहा, then it will become 2Y. But the same reactant is simultaneously breaking away. So ये यहाँ पे हम Y यहाँ भी add कर देंगे, यहाँ पे X add कर देंगे. So the amount of A will become equal to 2 minus Y minus X. Amount of B will become equal to 2X. Amount of C will become equal to 2Y. Okay? Amount of A will be equal to the amount of B will be this, amount of C will be this. Mohit, if it is not in the syllabus, please check it again. आप एक क्वेश्चन आया यार, you before solving the question आप पहले evaluate करते हैं ये सब कि okay, so when you try to solve a question, plus first try to understand what is going on. Okay, so A turns out to be 2 minus X minus Y or 2 minus Y minus X, B is 2X and C is 2Y. Now the second information is given as K1 by K2 is 1:2. K1 by K2 is 1:2. Now using K1 I am forming B. So can I write that concentration of B by concentration of C should also be in the same ratio? Okay, K1 by K2 is 1:2. So K1 B is formed using K1, C is formed using K2. So amount of B is to amount of C will also be in the same ratio. If it is in the same ratio, amount of B कितना लिखा था मैंने 2X, Y कितना लिखा था 2Y. So 2X by 2Y हो जाता है 1:2 and X by Y becomes equal to 1/2. X by Y becomes 1/2. Now X by Y अगर 1/2 बन जा रहा है, so what will be the total amount? What will be the total amount? What will be the total amount? I know it will be 2 plus X plus Y. 2 plus X plus Y. अगर 1:2 में डिसोसिएट कर रहा और 75% रिएक्शन हो रहा है, if 75% reaction takes place, then X plus Y will be equal to 1.5. X plus Y will be 75% reaction हो रहा है, मतलब कि इसका कितना अमाउंट बचा? I have only 1/4 of it left out. 75% has dissociated. 75% is 1.5. X will be 0.5. Y will be 1. So if I put those values over here, 2 plus 1 plus 0.5, I will get 3.5 as the answer. The right answer should be 3.5. Okay, the right answer should be 3. Every information is given. 75% of the reaction will give me X plus Y. X is to Y can be obtained by 1/2. Total amount will be the sum of A, B and C. So the total answer turns out to be equal to 3.5. See, a lot of people are saying that parallel reaction is not there in the JEE syllabus, which I agree. इससे questions हमेशा नहीं पूछे जाते, कभी कभार किसी एक twisted format में दे दिया था. But this is, what if it is 3B? What if it is 3B? I will still utilize it in the same manner. I will write it as 3X by 2Y. Okay, if I write it as 3X by 2Y, I will get an equation. K1 is to K2 is equal to 3X by 2Y. 3x by 2y, I will get a relation of x and y, and I will also get a relation of x and x plus y. So I'll put it is in the equation. Okay? So if you solve a difficult question, try not to gauge whether it is exactly in the paper or not. Okay? So this is very, very simple. I am taking the amount of B and C, calculating it separately, calculating the amount of A separately, using the relation of K1 and K2 to get the ratio of B and C, using the information that 75% of the reaction has taken place to get X plus Y, and incorporating it in the whole equation so as to get the value of 2 plus X plus Y, which is the total amount of substance. Okay? Next question. For a first order homogeneous reaction, A changes to 2B plus C. Okay. How did I calculate? Arpit, very easy. 75% of the reaction दिया गया था. Okay. Samar, Arpit, 75% of the reaction was completed. So initial amount अगर 2 है, if the initial amount is 2, then 75% would be equal to how much? 75% will be of 2 will be equal to 1.5. So x and y are the amount which is dissociated. So x plus y is the total amount dissociated, which is equal to 75% of 2, that is 1.5. It's pretty easy. For a first order gaseous reaction, A changes to 2B plus C. Total pressure after time t was Pt, and after long time was P infinity. Can calculate in terms of Pt, P infinity and T. Okay, how do we solve this? A is not correct. Sumedh, A is not correct. See, look over here. It's a very simple question. It's a very simple question. So A changes to 2B plus C. Let's say the initial amount is P naught. Let's say the initial amount is P. This becomes 0 and it is initially 0 and 0. Now it is P minus P dash. This is equal to 2P dash and this is equal to P dash. Can we write this? P minus P dash, 2P dash, P dash, and at infinite time, ये एक time t पर है, at t equals to infinity, this will become 0 and this will become 2P and this will become P. Okay, this will become 2P and P. So I will get Pt, which is pressure after time t. Pressure after time t will be pressure of A plus B plus C, which is P minus P dash plus 2P dash plus P dash, which will get cancelled out. So P plus 2P dash will be equal to this. P infinity will be equal to 3P. Now, what do we write as the equation for first order reaction? For a first order reaction, we write K is equal to 2.303 by T log of initial concentration A minus X. आप ये लिखते हो ना? So A की वैल्यू P है, A की वैल्यू P है, लेकिन मुझे P infinity के टर्म्स में लिखना है. So I will write it as P infinity by 3. I will again write P infinity by 3 and I will calculate P dash. P dash will be this will be written as P infinity by 3. So Pt minus P infinity by 3 whole divided by 2. The right answer for this question will come as to be equal to, the right answer I guess B आना चाहिए. आप इसको solve करोगे B answer आ जाएगा. None of these नहीं है. Ravi unique answer is not none of these. Okay. Sorry, 2P infinity. Okay. Try to resolve the question following this method. Pt is equal to P plus 2P dash and P infinity is equal to 3P. Substitute the value of P and P dash in this equation to get the answer. Okay. B is correct. Okay, in my opinion, B is correct. Let's take another question. Let's take another. D is not coming. Okay, D is incorrect. Let's take another question. Suppose this is concentration versus time plotted for a reaction A changes to 3B. This is concentration versus time plotted for a reaction A changes to 3B, and this time is 20 minutes. This time is 20 minutes. This is for a zero order reaction. This represents a zero order reaction. और ये इस रिएक्शन के लिए प्लॉट बनाया गया है. So this is the concentration of A, this is the concentration of B. Can you tell me what is the value of T half? Can you tell me what is the value of T half? What is the value of T half? This is a very simple question. कोशिश कीजिए. I'm here. I'm giving you a minute's time to solve the question. 5 minutes is not the answer. 5 minutes is not the answer. A changes to 3B. 5 minutes is not the answer. You have to calculate T half. So if you get a question like this, this point is where A becomes equal to B. A becomes equal to B. तो A को हम लिख सकते हैं A changes to 3B. If initial concentration is A, this will be 0. A minus X will be 3X. So इस point पे, at this point, at this time, A is becoming equal to A minus 3X. Sorry. A minus X is becoming equal to 3X. I'm sorry. A minus X at this time, A and B का amount same हो जा रहा है. So A minus X will be equal to 3X. So can I write X will be equal to A by 4? Can I write this? X will be equal to A by 4. Now what is T half? Or what is, I can write X is equal to X by T is equal to K. X by T is equal to K, and X is equal to A by 4. टाइम का कितना है 20 मिनट्स, तो ये K की वैल्यू आ गई A by 80. K becomes A by 80. Now T half आप निकाल लीजिए. T half is equal to 1 by A times K, which is equal to 1 by A. K is equal to A by 80, so it will be equal to 80 minutes. The right answer to this question will be T half is 80 minutes. Okay, the right answer to this question will be 80 minutes. Very simple question. I just took what is expressed in this plot and solved the question. Okay, Khushbu, it's not 40, it's not 40, it is 80. Okay, it's not 40, it is 80. Okay, so guys, with this I end today's session. I'm very sorry there was some lag and some issues on this end. However, I hope you have learned how to solve questions pertaining to zero order reaction, parallel reaction. Please try to solve as many questions as possible from the advanced questions, previous year's advanced questions, which will be taken in the bold session. We will be, series question is not there in the JEE syllabus, series is not there, so sequential reactions are not there. Try to focus more on first order reaction, zero order reaction, and Arrhenius equation. So with that, guys, I take leave, and I hope we will be seeing each other very soon in the bold session. Okay guys, so this is Saurav Goswami signing off, and I wish you all the very best and have a lovely evening ahead. Bye bye guys.